how long is the healing process, both physically and emotionally or psychologically, for the patient who's gone through this?
So once the miscarriage has happened, typically 1 month later, the body starts getting the regular periods, और वो phase में आ जाते हैं. Sometimes it takes a couple of months. 1 to 2 months is what the body takes to get the regularity
Normally.
of the periods and the cyclical hormones to work in rhythm.
Lovely.
And emotionally, it's no way to quantify, to be very honest.
Individual.
Very individual. It can be a long period that the patient takes, the couple takes, the family takes to come out of it. But it can be made more comfortable when we are intervening and helping them to go through the process post the miscarriage, because our care doesn't end at solving the miscarriage. It still continues after the patient has undergone. So we call them for a follow-up, mainly to, just check on their general well-being. Because वो medically हम देखने वाले हैं, जो चीज़ें देखने वाले. But we need to know where the patient is mentally, वो क्या state में है after a certain period. Because it's a death. जैसे हम कोई family में कोई family member का loss है, जो stages of grief हम उसमें pass करते हैं, it is the same, the patient goes through that grief. There is that initial period of denial, being depressed, वो सब phases में वो pass करते हैं. So we need to be with them at every step is what I feel. And since they are also comfortable with you. कभी-कभी family members से ज़्यादा भी वो confide करते हैं to not related people, medical professionals.
Right.
So उनको दोनों aspects मिलना ज़रूरी है, family से भी और coming from a doctor also. So most important.
And you feel if they practice, and if they have been practicing yoga, meditation,
Yeah, so
they're like
my
mindful.
first advice वही रहता है उनको कि get in touch with your inner self. Go for medically, हम पहले उनको एक counseling का advice देते हैं, so that they're able to first unload all the thoughts, the negativities that they have, and try to get that out of the system. Then rebuild yourself, which is with the help of yoga, which is with the help of meditation, chanting, and those getting the spiritual part also, because it's very important. They understand the benefit of that.
Right.
कितना भी हम break पे चले जाए, I'll go on a holiday and things will get better. It's very temporary. अगर आपको sustain करना है further, then there is a role of counseling, there is a role of yoga, there is a role of checking, introspecting, correcting your lifestyle, doing things which give you that positivity.
Right.
And वो है उसका role. We very strongly recommend these things to the patients, because patients वो जानना चाहते हैं. They feel कि doctor आप do you suggest we do this? Because then they are so clueless at certain times कि उनको लगता है कि मैं ये भी कर लूँ वैसे. So we suggest them कि you try it yourself, but give an attempt to it.
Right.
Then you get into the process and practice it for a good period of time. You will see the difference.
Yeah.
And in my experience, nobody has come back to me saying
it has not
helped, or kuch nahi, to it calms you down.
Yeah.
It releases your stress
and gives you a better understanding of why.
And you are able to accept reality better.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, आप एक हमेशा conflicted रहते हो आपके mind में, because you don't have that clarity. One moment you want to see this as a end of the road thing, the next moment you're crying and you want it again to happen. So I have patients who come and tell me, अभी मुझे नहीं कुछ करना है. I don't want a pregnancy, I don't want a child, I don't want anything. That's a very, क्या बोलते हैं, very temporal response, a very reflex response कि सब कुछ छोड़ देते, कुछ नहीं करना है मुझे. I allow them to be in that phase for some time. But then they have to see the next aspect also of it. Because then they also know deep down the desire or the urge to be a mother again, to be a parent, is not just going to go away.
Yeah.
It will be clouded with things, but it will only see the light when you are able to, get the clarity. तो वो चीज में वो हेल्प करता है, that they come back to the reality better. They at least know what they want
Yeah.
and how much they're ready to, work on it. वो होपलेसनेस में से ना वो बाहर आते हैं, जल्दी
Yeah.
बाहर आते हैं.
Yeah.
अदरवाइज दे टेक मंथ्स एंड इयर्स. आई हैव सीन कि वन एक
Absolutely.
मिसकैरेज हुआ मैडम, एंड देन फॉर 2 years we have not done anything. So in that 2 years they have tried to just not think about that topic and go back to their routine life, feeling that distraction will help. But that's not the answer. Distracting is a temporary thing. You can distract yourself for a few months, a couple of years, but फिर आए ना वापस.
So basically, don't push the problem under the carpet.
You're
Face it, live it,
correct.
find it.
Because by pushing it, you are causing the loss to your own self.
Yeah.
क्योंकि फिर जब आप आओगे वो चीज में, फेज में again, you might be a little too late also.
Right.
That also is a concern for us to understand.
Absolutely. I know. Yeah. So I hope our audience realize that this is exactly why we are sitting here, so that we can really empower them with this knowledge of helping them find themselves. And the sooner they start, way before they want to get pregnant or now, and like it says, it's never too late.
It's never
It is never too late for anything. That even today, अगर हम अंदर से एक जागृति ले आए अपने, so बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें जो अवॉइड हो सकती हैं अगर हम उनको स्पिरिचुअली, होलिस्टिकली, मेडिकल साइंस के साथ में अडेप्ट कर लें. We can really help ourselves. We pass through the difficult times if,
Yes.
God forbid, they come into our life.
Yes.
That is, and all these practices of yoga, meditation, right lifestyle, right mindset, like, again, आचार्य जी के वध, आहार, विचार और व्यवहार, हम इन सब को ठीक तरीके से बैलेंस कर लें तो हम, ऐसा नहीं कि लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं आएंगी, शायद आएंगी, बट हम उससे बेहतर तरीके से
बेहतर।
डील करके जल्दी बाहर आके वी कैन स्टिल अचीव व्हाट वी वांट इन आवर लाइफ.
राइट. तो वो स्ट्रेंथ हमें अपने अंदर से ही मिलेगी.
Yeah.
इट्स जस्ट दैट यू शुड नो कि
Yeah.
वो चीजें पॉसिबल है.
Yeah.
द आइडिया ऑफ द टॉपिक वाज ओनली टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जितना प्रेगनेंसीज होती है उतने मिसकैरेजेस भी होते हैं. सो
Yeah.
यू आर नॉट द ओनली वन.
It is not the end of
People
the
feel
road.
कि
Yes.
आई एम द ओनली वन जिसके
Yes.
साथ ये प्रॉब्लम हो रही.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है.
Yeah.
You will find lot of people and support groups and forums where so many people are undergoing this problem that you are. So reach out जिससे आप comfortable हो.
Yeah.
It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a doctor,
Absolutely.
also जिसके साथ आप बात करें and get the right direction. So you're able to and until you're educated about the topic, आप उसको बाहर नहीं आएंगे.
Precisely.
So that's the idea कि हम miscarriage क्या है, क्यों है, कैसे है वो बताए, ताकि अगर आपके साथ अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट हो तो एटलीस्ट आपको पता चले कि इसमें करना क्या है
बिल्कुल.
और इसका आगे what is the way forward to it.
Yeah, so doctor, like, let's put it simply that when you have this knowledge कि ये एक scientific चीज थी जिस वजह से ये हुआ, there will be no shame, there will be no feeling कि मुझ में कोई कमी
कमी
थी,
है.
मैं कोई कहीं से कमजोर थे हम लोग. No, it was a scientific thing, had a scientific reason. This can be dealt with. We can overcome it.
Correct.
So सबसे पहले तो that shame, the feeling of guilt,
Yeah.
कमी, कमजोरी जैसे वर्ड्स को बाहर निकाल के look at it positively, like you said. कि ये मत देखो कि मिसकैरेज हुआ, ये देखो कि तुम प्रेग्नेंट रहे थे, which means कि आपको वापस चांस है प्रेगनेंसी का. एंड शायद like you put it so beautifully कि this is nature's way of telling, इस पार्ट को ध्यान रख लो तो अगली बारी आपके साथ ही अच्छा हो जाएगा.